Hey everyone, it's Amador, and I wanted to show you guys, I have another design team project for ArtAttackSupplies.com. This is actually a Valentine's card for Nathan. I made a card, what is it? A pop-up box card, which I've never made before, and I probably went over the regular kind of situation where it's very simple to make. They're very easy. I felt I was looking at a few tutorials and stuff like that. But then, of course, I was crazy and I wanted to make it a different way and overcomplicate the day for myself. But I love the way it came out, and it's actually for Nathan for Valentine's Day. Back in the day when we first started dating, where I had more time and didn't have such a headache at work and stuff like that, I would actually make more than one Valentine's Day card. So hopefully this year I can get back to that little tradition that I had of just making, because I would have different ideas and I wanted to make different ones. So, but let me show you guys what I used. This is Speak, and this is, by the way, I went nuts crazy with my Magnolia Doohickey dies, some of my stamps. So let me show you what I used. I used Speak No Evil Edwin, and this is in the shop. Of course, I will leave a link to the store in the description. Speak No Evil Edwin. I'm so glad my phone focuses so well. And this one is the Christmas Lace Heart. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure if this is still in the shop, but she did get a few the other day. And this thing I love, even though it's for Christmas, you can use it for just about anything. And as for the dies, I used, this one is a doohickey die. This one is called Dream Tag, and it's a 2-layer tag, totally worth the money. I absolutely love this thing. And this is just for my stash. I also used this. This is the Maggie Holmes Open Book die. This is in Tracy's shop. I used the love part right here. I was going to use some of these, but I ended up just using the love. I ran out of magnetic sheets for these. But this is just a little insert that came in the die packaging, which is around here somewhere. I just threw out the packaging. It was just a pain in the butt. So I figured I'd put it in one of these pockets that I got from P. Thanks, P. Meanwhile, while I figure out whether to get some foil or something like that, or just stick it in one of those Sizzix pockets that I got. Anyway, I used this for the back of it. I used this one that says "Made with Love," the good kind. I just thought it was really cute. I've never used this set. She has this in the shop as well, and it's super cute. And I think this is only a couple of bucks. I did use this as I wanted to use some paper for my stash, because when I was pulling out Valentine's stuff, I realized to do Valentine's, I have like tons of it. I had a few different collections, which I used for my Valentine's racks. And this is an older collection. This is the Love Me by My Mind's Eye. And I had the 6x6 left. I actually used the other Valentine's paper for, this is an older collection, for some banners that are going to go in my racks as well. So let me just show you what I got. Most of this stuff is in the shop. You can use any collection you wanted. So since, of course, in true nature of me, I went ahead and made this thing way overcomplicated and way overdone, then to the point that I had to make a little belly band to go around it to hold everything in. And this is kind of like the design that goes throughout the box. I made the traditional box, and then I totally didn't want just the little flaps, just plain flaps. So let me show you what I did. So this is the little belly band, and I used the hearts, and I colored it with the Copics. And here is, I guess it's going to be kind of hard to show because how it's angled. So let me go ahead and just tilt it. So you can see from the top, it's just put together just like a regular 3D box card with the sections and everything like that. But I went crazy. Oh, and I also used my, where is it? My Doohickey Tilde Lace die border, which looks just like this right here. But let me show you. Ta-da! In here I used, where's the little die? This is the, you know, I don't like the eyes on these things. Speak No Evil Edwin. So I used the heart to cover up. It looked like he was holding the heart. And I just colored him and everything with Copics as well. Now you see the white border. I wanted to make it look like this was die cut. Like the, you know, the little wafer thin dies and everything. I wanted to make it look like that. Like it was several different layers, because you could see I took the hands, I stamped and colored one layer, then I cut the hands out, and then also made them on a border. I just colored the hair. These are being held by acetate. These hearts are throughout this whole thing. And you can see in the back, there's the that paper from the collection. And this right here, this is the tilde lace border die. I cut the strips, and instead of just making them flush along with the box card, once again, overcomplicating things for myself, I did it that way. I die cut them like this, and then I just scored them and folded it. That way it would have folded the edges, so it would have that going throughout. And I just really like the way they look instead of just being flat or straightforward. Here is where I used the tag die. So what I did was, if you can see right here, I put paper on both sides. I had the flap that was right here, and I'll show you. Let me show you with this one. This is just one of the extra ones that I totally ruined, because originally I was going to have it go this way, and where I just did the die cutting to the edge, but I didn't like how it just didn't look right. So I went ahead, and the box is this way. I went ahead and, let me grab a pencil so I can show you, because this is a scrap pile anyway. I cut the tags out separately, and then this piece of paper was straight over here, was the full sheet, and I just cut it this way, and then I cut a little tab like this, and then I just glued on the front and the back the same die, which, as you can see right here, this is the back part covering it, and this is the front. And it has the full die right there. So it looks like it's actually floating, or not even part of it right there. And the little tab that I cut out is right under here. It took me a minute to figure that out, and then I had to position everything because I wanted them on each of the sides. And if you see, I had to position it to make sure it didn't interrupt these, because this isn't flat against the wall of the box, and right here it's going down, so I had to cut out a little notch just to make sure, because this one was more complicated. But these are the sides, and with the little acetate, I just hot glued the acetate to the back of these things you can see right there, and it gives it a little bit of bounce. Oh my gosh, I just realized that I should have die cut the back to cover that. Oh, what a goof. Well, anyway, now that we're on the back part, and no one's gonna see that anyway. This is a little section where I would write the information, and this is just my stamp I got several years ago in a boutique with my initials. And right here it says, "Made with love, the good kind," with this little Technique Tuesday stamp from the shop. And I just die cut it, and this is, I'm trying to remember what the measurements are. It is 2.5 by 6. 2.5 by 6. The dimensions of the box. Obviously, once it's open and laying out, it's a lot bigger. But that is the box, and here is the little belly band. So yeah, and I totally like the movement and everything, and I just have this entire beautiful little tilde lace going around the whole thing, which, like I said, made this a little bit more complicated. And as you can see, these aren't in the same spaces that they traditionally are, because I kind of had to finagle it and figure it out. So these would stick out of the box and still be able to fold in when I put the box away. So yes, and as far as the love, this is all the paper. The only paper I didn't use from that My Mind's Eye collection is the ivory heavyweight cardstock that I get from Recollections. And so I die cut the love in red in just one of the, this is all the papers in red, and then I glued it to another piece of the paper, and then I just fussy cut around it with a little border just to make it look like the other the hearts and Edwin, so it looks die cut. So it looks, the die cuts that have a little space on them. I just really wanted to have that look. And let me show you another one. Here's another Edwin I did, and this one does have the eyes peeking out just a little bit because they don't look as creepy. And once again, I used the hearts. Now with these hearts, I actually cut it right along the edge of the stamp, and then I colored it with my marker around to keep it from looking like I actually stamped in, you stamped it correctly. It covers a lot of little mistakes. So in the stamp, he has his hands covering his mouth and everything. But here, since the heart is big enough, I was able to see, and I popped it up on foam, I was able to, where the hands are, you can see the elbow right here and the elbow right here. I moved the hands, so this way you have a completely different look to your Edwin, whereas the one on the right, is it has a little border, and this one does not, so it looks more streamlined. And this is going to be for another project. but I wanted to show you guys the difference of how you can easily make it look completely different. It could be holding a cake, a box, it could be holding anything, a muffin. There are those really cute accent stamps by that they have different things that they can hold and carry. But you can easily, it doesn't have to be, the hands don't have to stay the same. This one's holding up this big heart, and this one is trying to hold on to this big heart. So yeah, so you could do it either way, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys like it. This is my first and super overcomplicated box pop-up card thing, but I absolutely love it. And you guys check out the shop. Tracy has tons, and the funny thing is, as I'm making this video, a little text just popped up here that she texted me about the little trophies that she sent me in my I'm just gonna crack up in my gift and in my DT package that I showed in a video the other day. So go ahead and check that out. She has the new tilde, the new tone tilde, the fabrics and the papers, and several of the new Magnolia tildes in the shop, along with so much other stuff. You guys go and check it out, and she is always looking for stuff to add to the shop. So yes, I hope you guys like it. Like I said, I figured it out. It was overcomplicated. I don't know if I'm gonna do this again, but at least now that I did it, I know the procedure on to do it again. So, you know, hey, it was worth the work. So there you guys go, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.